All while I am escaping with E.T.
G'day and welcome to the show. Well, this morning we're up on the Shoalhaven River. We're up bright and early and we're fishing with Daryl from Bay and Basin Sport Fishing down the south coast. Magnificent operator, and let me tell you, the fishing's pretty good as well. I'm here with my brother Mick and he's just landed this beautiful bass, about 30 centimetres. We've got lots of action on the show. Check it out. Come on an upstream adventure as we tackle hard-fighting Aussie bass by day and by night.
Much better fish, this one.
With a ton of kayaking fun along the way. And then join me and my dad on a boat chase for flathead.
Nothing to it, really.
Australian bush scenery doesn't get any better than around the Shoalhaven River in southern New South Wales. And that's where we're headed with the Hobie kayaks of Bay and Basin Sport Fishing. We'll be here for a couple of days camping in this pristine wilderness, so first priority is to set up a comfortable base. Bay and Basin guide Daryl knows just the right spot. And it doesn't take long for Daryl, brother Mick and me to get ourselves established with our easily erected Coleman camping gear. Well, here we are, the three musketeers, the three boys in their Hobies. I'm on a beautiful Mirage Pro Angler 14, Daryl's on the same, and my brother Mick, well, he's got the 12. So we're testing out a couple of different models, but absolutely fantastic. And Daryl comes up here quite often, mate, don't you?
Yeah, I do. This is a big spot for me in the summer. You know, we do lots of tours up here, chasing the bass. Hopefully this time we can catch a few big ones.
But to be honest, when you're privileged to explore a landscape as breathtakingly beautiful as this, big fish are really just a bonus. Even when there's a bit of hard slog involved. Oh, lots of snags along the edge. Beautiful river. The boys are just busy pitching little hard-bodied lures right into the shore. There's some shade happening there now, and that's where no doubt the bass will be, and around the boulders, a little bit deeper water on this side, shallower on the other side, and lots of escarpment up ahead, so fingers crossed we'll get onto some beautiful bass. They might be small, but Mick's enjoying himself with one
On the board.
then two, then three feisty little babies. And soon it's my turn. Oh, there we go. Tiny little fella. And Daryl's.
I just picked up this little fish over there in the shallows. I could see them feeding on some bait fish over there. You could see them rolling in the shallows over there. So I had a cast in there and come up with just a little fella. Hopefully as the day progresses, sun drops a bit, the bigger fish are going to come out to play.
Next size up. Just a little fella. Oh, there we go.
Oh, that's getting a bit better.
Getting a bit bigger. Oh, beautiful little bass. Next size up. There we go. Just move that little Spaniard. Oh, the perfect release.
A little bit hard to see up there.
Oh, there we go. Fish?
Yeah. Only a little bloke, I think. Oh,
That's all right. It counts. Oh, he's a good fish. He's solid.
Yeah, that's my best one to date.
Yeah.
There's a little trick, if you hold them upside down, they quieten down, so he doesn't flip around a lot. It's great for getting the hook out.
Our Hobie kayaks are fantastic fishing platforms with plenty of stability to cast standing up. There he is, another little fella. And talking about ease, Hobie's unique pedal power makes fishing a hands-free breeze with no paddles to juggle around your rods. Plus easily driven hull shapes for fast and almost silent gliding through the water. Away. switched over to a surface popper. There's a lot of bait up on the water, you can see it through here. Tons of herring, and they're busting up the water. Then the fading light calls for another change. Oh, there we go. We've waited around till the evening, till it's gotten a little bit dark, and now we've switched to surface lures. This one resembles a cicada, and although there's not too many cicadas out at the moment, I think the fish have a very good memory because it won't be too far into the future and there'll be loads of cicadas up in the trees and falling into the water, so the bass will be eating them with pleasure. Right at the moment I've landed a beautiful little bass. He's only a tiny fella, but I reckon as the night gets on and we keep getting our casts in, we'll end up with a few more.
Oh, here we go. Much better fish, this one. This is what we've been after. Oh yes, this is a better one. Nice little fish.
Looks good, Daryl.
Yeah, look at that, you know, as it's got dark, the bigger fish are coming out to play. Hopefully we can get them a little bit bigger than this yet.
Oh,
nice little cicada pattern. He just smashed it on the surface.
Good on you, mate. That's a good one.
Back into the water. Oh, I've got another one. Gee, he pulled really hard to start with. I thought he's much bigger than this, but he's still not bad. It's probably my second best fish of the day. I'm pretty happy with that. There we go. Not as big as my last one. Still put up a really good fight though.
Our Quintrex 570 Cruiseabout is the perfect boat for the waters of St George's Basin just south of Jervis Bay. And Mick, Daryl and I are looking for a change of species along with a change of scenery. Well, we've taken the 570 Cruiseabout out for a spin today on St George's Basin. And with Daryl from Bay and Basin Sport Fishing, and have a look at this. Bit of a wind blowing at the minute, nor'easter, pumping in at least 15 knots, but we're in a protected part of St George's Basin and we're working our way from around 3 metres of water just into the shore, and we're chasing some flathead, which the basin's renowned for, isn't it, mate?
It sure is, mate, yeah. Big crocodiles in here.
Yeah, lots of big ones. Good thing is the Garmin 751, that's one of my favourite sounders of all time, this one. Beautiful picture. It's got the down view happening at the moment, the big screen, and yeah, you can really, it's so clear on the bottom. You can tell exactly when the weed comes up. It shows up as single strands. Just a beautiful system there. And the technique we like to do, and you can see all three of us doing it, we just wind up the slack and then a couple of sharp lifts, and what that does, it lifts the lure off the bottom. So it goes hop hop and then it flutters back down. And that allows, oh, fish?
No, weed.
That allows the fish to actually see the lure from quite a distance and come zooming in and actually attack it. And that's the way we like to fish for our, oh yeah, there's a bit of weed down there now. For our flathead, we like to make sure that we have that lure as seen as possible, as presentable as possible. And I'm using a little Gamakatsu head, but I've got this beautiful little soft 3-inch curly tail in the pink colour. So you're never quite sure what colour's going to attract them on any given day, but I think if you put the lure right in front of their face or pretty close to them, and your presentation's as good as it possibly can be, you've got every chance of hooking up.
Yep, we've got one. It's only little.
Whoa, that's like super little.
Oh, that's tiny.
There could be some big flathead eating that little flathead. Hey? But he's taking your little prawn imitation. Now, loads of prawns obviously in the lake.
There is loads of prawns. I think we've got about 7 different varieties in here, so
okay.
It's a bit of a no-brainer when you're fishing the lake here.
Yep.
Just use a prawn imitation. Doesn't matter what brand.
Yep, perfect.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Well, that's a healthy system when they've got little guys like this in here.
That's perfect, isn't it?
Hopefully that's the last one we see, though.
Could be a brim.
Could be a brim.
Could be a brim, who knows? Oh,
Okay.
it's moving around a little bit.
Okay.
And it is a brim.
No, we don't need the net. Lift him over, beautiful.
Foul hooked that one a little bit.
Well done.
Come on, boys. I've
Yep.
got 2 on the board
I know
now.
you have. I know both of them haven't been as big as my hand, but it's still...
I've still got 2 fish.
Still got 2. And on some days, you just have to accept that 2 in the hand is as good as you're going to get. Ah well, that's fishing. Daybreak on the Shoalhaven River. Fishing doesn't get any more tranquil than this.
Well, we're up before, or just before 5 a.m. to make sure we're out here at first light. A little bit of cloud up there as well, which means it's going to make it for a longer bite. That dullness allows the fish to still feed up on the surface a little bit longer. So we're going to work our way up into the second pool. The rapids are ahead. We're getting some casts along here. Lots of fish starting to appear. Not a big one. There we are. First little bass of the morning. There you go.
Nice fat little bass, that one. Just sitting under the branches, and as soon as that little cicada hit the water, straight onto a nice little bass. It's a beauty.
I've caught stacks of little ones this morning. This is probably my biggest bass this morning, which is a bit disappointing. But that's bass fishing. Nice little fishy. He's got a little bit of damage on him, but they tend to heal up really well. So
The Hobie kayak's unique pedal power gives you easy, silent motion without the hassle of a paddle. And with the stability for stand-up fishing, it's the perfect craft to access peaceful fishing spots like this.
Not a big one.
there we go. That's my best fish for the morning. There we go. Not a bad little fish. Yep. Got another nice fish here. Looks like he's just over 30, this one. That's a nice healthy looking one.
Quite long, the fish. Long and skinny. Not much weight in them. Yeehaw!
And when you've had enough of the tranquility, Hobie's fast water heritage can always come to the fore.
Coming through! Look out! Coming through.
Oh yeah, nice fish. Hope I can land him.
Oh yeah!
36. Nice fish too, that one. Getting closer to the 40, but not 40 yet. Alrighty, put him back so we can catch him another day. Oh, still feisty too.
You're on fire.
Not as big as the other.
Not too bad either. Only a little bugger. Only small, but took a little soft vibe down on the bottom. Unfortunately for me, I've caught many this size. Just haven't been able to nab the bigger ones, but it's been good fun.
And the best rig to get the most fun from this kind of fishing on a fabulous Hobie kayak is a 3 to 6 kilo Shimano 3.0 saltwater spin rod. Team it up with a Shimano 1000 spin reel. Add 6-pound fins or Power Pro braid. Make sure you've got an 8-pound breaking strain fluorocarbon trace, and go for Warlock Deep Diver or Atomic Hard Pop 50 lures.
Me best fish for the morning. There we go.
Well, today I'm in the 570 cruiseabout, this beautiful Quintrex boat, and I'm out with my dad, and we're doing a little bit of fishing. Well, we're about to start anyway. And first stop is catching some bait. And today I've got one of these beautiful little Alvey telescopic bait traps. And what we're going to do is try to catch some potty mullet. And this is the device we use. It's nice and simple. It all folds out like that, sits in the water. I usually anchor it down with some sinkers. I've got some sinkers here, and I'll tie those sinkers together with some 30-pound line and just lay these on the bottom. And then I'll just put bread in each side, a little bit of a float up the top so I know exactly where it is. And hopefully, as the mullet push their way around, they can see all the bread, they nose their way in, they get trapped in there, you go in, pick them up, and mullet about that big, a dynamite for flathead, mulloway, kingfish, a whole range of different species. So that's the game plan. First step, let's catch some live bait. Well, Johnny, hopefully the wind won't play too much of a role in our afternoon. We've got flathead on my mind anyway, hopefully some nice flatties.
Flathead?
Yeah, big flathead, mate. Good to go fishing with you. Always good to go fishing with your dad.
What about a brim?
What about a brim? You want to catch a brim too? Well, I reckon they're only about that big, so you might catch a brim on those. They're pretty aggressive, the old brim. The Quintrex 570 cruiseabout is the perfect size and style for my dad and me. It's got plenty of pace and the right equipment. There's something marking up down here. This Garmin sounder is my favourite fish finding device. And it's not the only piece of electronic wizardry that makes my fishing so much easier. Well, no need for an anchor when you've got a Minn Kota. I've just put the spot lock on, and there she goes. She's just clicked in. I've got the little A, press the anchor, and the little A comes up. And right now, we are locked to a satellite up there and basically anchored on the spot, which is just incredible. We'll be able to fish this section, give it a really good workout, and then the idea is switch it off, drift down about 50 metres and do it all again and just work this channel all the way out to the end and hopefully come across a flathead. Here we go.
Beat me to it.
Beat you to it, eh? And he couldn't resist that lovely little potty mullet.
Okay, fellas, I think I've got one.
Got some head shakes or what?
It's going well.
Well, little potty mullet, hopefully.
That potty mullet we put on there, eh?
Oh, look at that. Hang on, keep him in the water. I'll just get the net under. Only a little fella. He's worn out. Look at him.
No, he's still kicking.
Well done, mate.
Nothing to it, really.
Nothing to it.
Throw the line in and that's what happens.
Well, we worked hard on the bait. We got some beautiful little potty mullet.
Yeah.
And yeah, there we go.
He's grinning.
Proof in the pudding. He's darker than the other one, but yeah, maybe a little bit smaller. I think I just nudged you.
I think you've done me.
Well, there you go. You put a bit of time and effort into catching the right baits, and those little potty mullet, well, they've come good for us. So far, too, not monsters, well, not monster fish, but certainly we're on the road for some more success, mate. Hopefully we'll land a few more.
Pretty easy.
See you, buddy. Grow a bit bigger next time. Oh, there he goes. But what did I say about that's fishing? At least the Quintrex gave us a great ride home. Well, I hope you enjoyed my fishing video. If you did, make sure you like it and comment below. If you're new to this channel, subscribe and tell a friend. And make sure you press the notification bell so you're notified of our next video.